パ
本当になんてやつだ。
限界のその先、これが真の身勝手の極意だ。この後すぐ。
After the contract between Goku and the gun demon, he took a black trench coat and put it on, then took some black gloves and a black hat. He left the cabin to see the white ground from the snow. Not caring about the cold, he would walk to the city at a calm pace. On the other hand, with the boys, while Denji and the boys were eating, a call would come in which Aki would answer. In that call, an agent would tell Aki to go with his group to the airport where Makima was waiting for them. It was an order from her to go on a paid vacation. Aki: hey, grab your things, we're going to the airport. Orders from Makima: Angel: okay. Denji: yay, we are going on a trip. Where to? Power: oh. I want to go to Venice. Beam: I would like to go to Europe. I have never been. Aki: I don't know where we are going, but let's go. Reese: are you sure you won't do anything to me? Denji: come on, Reese, you're with us? You are already part of the group. Yes, you tried to kill me and all, but who in this room hasn't tried? Angel/Beam: me/me. Denji: okay, you unicorns different from life. We've already seen you. Reese: okay, I'll go. So everyone packed their bags and ate before getting into the truck and starting their journey to the airport. While Aki was driving, Denji looked out the car window, watching the sky slowly at sunset. The music moved the kids' minds calmly. Reese, who was on top of Denji, looked ahead, seeing how the snow, although so white, at sunset took on a yellow-orange color due to the warm light of the sky. Meanwhile, Beam moved his head to the rhythm. Beam: I got my peaches in Georgia. Denji: oh yeah, shit. Aki: I got my weed in California. Power: that's the shit. Reese, upon hearing them sing, moved her legs and her head, moving her hair in a sensual way. Denji hugged her from behind while continuing to sing. Aki watched Angel and Power through the mirror, while smoking a cigarette. Angel and Power sang, while Beam moved his head in the same way to the rhythm of the song. Then Power would take out some weed that he had grabbed from the bag. Seeing the weed, Denji would take a lighter out of his pocket, and together, except Aki, they would start rolling a joint for each of them. Aki, finishing her cigarette, would see the joint. Aki: why not a little? Denji: this is going to become from another world. While they listened to the endless song, the scent of the herb filled the car while everyone tasted the smell of what they would feel like a lucid dream. While Aki drove, the colors took on a sharper tone, and the snow melted with a heat that gradually approached them as they got near the airport. Denji and Reese hugged, and the sky for them was like a universe. The stars became shooting stars. Beam made circles with the smoke he released. Power looked at the stores and the cars, seeing them as ships, and the speed made her see the world as lights that were moving all the time. Angel closed his eyes while eating a vanilla muffin. Everyone was singing and feeling the vibe of the place they were arriving at. When they got to the airport, everyone got out of the car dancing and moving fluidly. Aki snapped his fingers while hugging Power and Angel, and the three of them walked calmly. Beam, Denji, and Reese sang and danced until they reached Makima, who was having a martini at a table outside the place. When they saw her, the guys stopped and decided to relax a bit and listen to what she was going to say to them. Makima: I see you were having fun. Well, changing the subject, follow me, the private plane is waiting. Denji: where are we going, Miss Makima? Makima: we'll go to Venice, Berlin, Prague, and Bachita on vacation to pass the time. Reese: yay! I've always wanted to visit Europe and its history. Power: we are going to Venice. Beam: finally to Europe. Aki: this is going to be fun. Angel: I never went to Europe. What will it be like? Aki: very cute, I suppose. While they talked, Makima led them to a luxury private jet. Denji: where do they get so much money? Makima: when Goku arrived, he gave us an immense profit, so we distributed it among all the sectors, And well, each sector can afford its luxuries. Power. At least that old man left us a lot of money. Aki. How interested the sectors are in finding him. I see. Dingy. Are you saying that because no one is looking for him? Aki. It shows that you don't understand sarcasm. Dingy. It's just that I never went to school, idiot. Aki. TSK. Is that why you're dumb? Dingy. And you? Is that why you're a whore? Makima. Please come up. Dingy/Aki. Yes, Miss Makima. Everyone would go in, but before Reese enters, Makima would stop her to talk to her. Reese. What do you need? Makima. I know what happened with Dingy, but I won't take anything into account for now, seeing that my dog's like you. But the moment I see something strange in you, you're dead. Reese Ooki. Makima. Well, come on. A very long flight awaits us. Reese. Why yes. Thus Reese would go up trembling and scared, but still go with Dingy, who was talking with Beam while opening a champagne. Reese would sit in front of them, while they talked about what they could do on the trip. The jet took off directly to Europe for the boys' vacation. While they traveled, Goku on his own side would arrive in the city, walking towards the airport. As he walked through the streets, people looked at him strangely. His face drew a lot of attention. It was very well cared for, and his body, even with a lot of clothing, still showed some of his musculature. While walking near a huge building in Tokyo, he would enter it. At the reception, a woman would attend him, and would be very blushing because of Goku's appearance. Woman. Excuse me, sir, what do you need? Goku. I'm going to the penthouse, and tell Mark to prepare the helicopter to go to the airport. Woman. Hee, sir. But you can't ask for such a thing if you don't live here. Goku would take out an identification card, and the woman, upon seeing it, would become ultra nervous. Woman. I am very sorry, sir. I didn't know you owned the building. Her papers fall on the table, oh god. I'm really sorry. I didn't know anything really. Goku. No, don't worry. Just let Mark know for now and stay calm. I will go get ready. I want you to be in the penthouse while I'm not there. I will go to Europe for business matters. Woman. Why yes, sir. At that, the girl would call Mark and tell him about the owner, and that he is preparing the helicopter. Mark would comply, and while Goku and the girl went up in the elevator, he would take off his trench coat, hat, and gloves, to then, upon reaching the top floor, enter with the girl. While she stayed in the living room, Goku would go to his room to take off his clothes, go to the bathroom, take a quick cold shower, shave, and then put on black pants, a black t-shirt, a gray jacket with a white tie, black shoes with wooden soles, and finally black gloves. Goku. Well, let's go now. The jet is waiting for me. Miss, take care of the place, and feel free to do whatever you want. I will be outside for a long time. Woman. Yes, sir. While Goku was leaving, Mark was preparing the helicopter. At that moment, when Goku arrived, the two of them would get on and head as quickly as possible to the airport, where the private jet was waiting for them. Goku. Well, let's get the preparations ready. Mark, you drive, and meanwhile Dayman, send a message to Venice that I'm on my way. Dayman. Yes, sir. I will immediately send our entry into the country and the meeting point in Venice. Mark. It's ready to take off, sir. Goku. Well, let's go visit some guys. Meanwhile with the guys, they had already arrived in Venice, but it was nighttime, so they had to head to the hotel where they would be staying for a couple of days. While everyone was unpacking and loading the suitcases into the van, Makima calmly got in, while Dingy, Aki, Power, and Bean were still packing their suitcases. Reese and Unhel were already in the van waiting for everyone to get in, but then, as everyone got in, they noticed that a jet in the distance was also arriving at the place. Makima signaled the driver to start immediately. Dingy. Who was that? Makima. Some hunters or mercenaries to kill you. Dingy. And now why do they want to kill me? Makima. It turns out that he was found in the port, and the places where his fight with Reese happened were captured by several cameras, and several devil hunters are after your head. Dingy. At least this time it's not a woman. Reese, hey, Denji, it's true. Aki, as long as we are together, I highly doubt they'll do anything. Beam, that, I say that they also couldn't manage to do anything to Denji. Makima, from what I know, one of the mercenaries could be someone we know. Aki, Denji power. Makima, I'm not sure, but maybe Goku will come for you too. Denji, damn! Aki, we're dead. Power, now we are really screwed. Unhell, is that Goku so strong? Beam, from what I heard, he was able to take out demons with a single blow. I wouldn't worry about him being able to do the same to us. Denji, this is bad. What the hell are we going to do? Makima, in the hypothetical case that he attacks us, I will have to intervene and give a global warning to kill him. All sectors will see him as an almost worldwide threat, so countries could also intervene. Aki, that guarantees nothing. He can do many things and I highly doubt that he couldn't handle an entire country. Power, that guy is really good, but when he showed his power it was seriously scary. Denji, now what are we going to do? Makima, for now, let's hide in the hotel. It's a safe place, and just in case, our credentials have also been changed to a different name, while they devised a plan to either get away or somehow protect themselves from the mercenaries, and possibly from Goku. Meanwhile, as they were talking, they would arrive at the hotel, and everyone would enter without hesitation, going directly to their rooms and bringing up the suitcases at once. As they went up and entered their rooms, Makima, on the other hand, would receive a voice message from one of her agents at the airport, in which the agent's voice was broken, and gunshots could be heard in the background, followed by the sound of him having his neck broken and the transmission being cut. Makima did not care about this, and only focused on entering the hotel. Meanwhile, several mercenaries and hunters began to look for information about Denji and his whereabouts in order to go after him for the $5 million bounty on his head. Everyone was eager to find him and kill him, while on Goku's side, he just got into a car to head to the same hotel where the kids were. And as he arrived at the place, crossing streets, the outside lights passed over his face, while he showed calmness and dedication in his gaze. At that point, he would turn a corner arriving at the hotel door, where he would open his door and get out to close it, and then look at the place from outside, sighing. While taking steps and passing through the revolving door, the receptionist watched him approaching calmly. Goku on his side, upon seeing her, just smiled and calmly headed to the elevator to then continue his way straight to the hall where the rooms were. Goku, well, here I am. As he walked to the room where Denji, Power, and Aki were, he would notice that the door was about to open. Then the door would open and Denji would come out with a soda. When Denji came out, he would see Goku, and upon seeing each other, they only felt a slight knot in their chests. Denji would drop the soda, letting it fall to the ground. Goku would open his eyes with nostalgia. The two looked at each other as if they were seeing something they cherished deeply, and while they felt a knot in their throats, and a slight tightness in their chests, an announcement of an event in the place was made. People started leaving their rooms to go to the event hall. Goku and Denji remained still, looking at each other as people passed by their side or between them. Their gazes gradually became glassy and Denji began to pant. A tear was about to fall on his cheek, and at that moment Reese would appear, seeing Denji standing in the middle of the hallway. She would touch his cheeks with concern so that he would react at last. At that moment, Denji reacted and looked at Reese, then looked back where Goku had been. But when he looked again, he was no longer there, and only a small orange sphere with 4 stars remained. Denji would walk slowly toward it, then pick it up and look at it a little sadly, then look at the empty hallway in front of him and at how the elevator was closing, showing for the last time those 7 peaks that broke the laws of physics. Denji would let a couple of tears fall and then whisper, "Denji, Dad." While the elevator closed, Goku's eyes were dilating and heavy breathing could be heard from him. His heart was pounding, and a half smile was slowly forming on him as he grabbed his hair with one hand and now laughed, moving his arms in a dancing manner. His smile grew as he remembered that yellow hair, those cold blue eyes, those red horns, and that blood-red hair that shook him so much in his dreams. He continued his dance when the elevator doors opened. His steps caught people's attention. They looked at him seriously, and then little by little they were infected by the clean and strong rhythm at the same time. Goku's tears floated in the air as he stamped the ground and slid on it, and people followed him with a smile. His hair was blown back by the wind, and the streetlight made it shine. Little by little the drops of a new rain fell on the streets of Venice. Goku moved with joy, infecting everyone with it. His smile and dance attracted the attention of the places, while he shouted in a harmonious way, "This is life!" His mouth expressed all the good in life, and his body what that good means. Meanwhile, Denji, he looked at the closed elevator, and despite the tears, a smile slowly began to form on him. Out of nowhere, he wiped his face with his forearm, and while shedding tears into the air, he jumped joyfully while hugging Rize, and then let her go to run to his room. He opened the door and caught the attention of Aki and Power. "Denji, he's back." "Aki, what?" "Power, what are you talking about, idiot?" "Denji, Goku is back." Aki and Power looked at each other quickly, then ran with Denji to the exit, ran to the elevator, and called it. When the three of them arrived, they went down and found many people talking about a black guy with very peculiar hair, who was very allergic to his good vibes. Denji asked where he had gone, and people told him that he went out. While he was going out with Aki and Power, outside they saw in the rain a pole illuminating a person dancing. "Aki, there he is." "Power, it looks like she never left." "Denji, it's been almost a year. She owes me one." The three would run towards Goku, Denji smiling, while sticking out his tongue and his tears splashing with the quickly falling rain. Power ran faster while crying, her face turning red and her thoughts filled with nostalgia. Aki ran with a smile, while tearing up, shielding himself a little from the rain, to see better the one he once thought was his father. Power, being very close, would jump onto Goku's back, hugging him tightly and giving him kisses on the cheeks. Denji would come next, also jumping and hugging him while crying on his shoulder. Aki would run to tackle Goku, and when he knocked him to the ground, the three boys would hug Goku with nostalgia while he also returned that long-awaited hug they had been so eager for. "Denji, d-damn man, I missed you." "Power, never leave us again." "Aki, you're a bastard, you know it." "Goku, I missed you too, hee hee, I love you guys." After the nostalgic reunion of the old group of four, the three boys would get off Goku, so he could get up. "Aki, well, we got wet and we got dirty." "Power, I want Goku to clean me." "Denji, damn it, I was going to ask for it first." "Power, haha, I beat you, rascal." "Goku, and as always you all are fighting." "Aki, hee hee, at least I'm not alone in this anymore." "Goku, yep, I'm back and I would like to meet that girl who touched Denji, and the other two who were in the girl's room." "Denji, how do you know there were two others?" "Power, do you have telekinesis?" "Goku, it's more complicated. Well, let's go to the hotel. I also want to clean up." So the four of them would return to the hotel, and inside, people would be a bit confused to see the four of them enter so dirty, covered in grime, and wet, because the hotel was high-end, that is, for wealthy people. As the four of them got into the elevator, Power would cling to Goku a lot. Aki would act normally though puzzled by what Makima had told them, and Denji, for his part, was happy and also glad that Goku didn't want to hunt him or anything. They would then arrive at the floor where everyone was, but upon arriving, they would find Makima commanding an entire team of devil hunters and officers, all pointing directly at Goku. "Makima, Goku, you are under arrest with the death penalty for attempted homicide against Denji, and for the act of resignation without previously facing the consequences already discussed." "Goku, oh hi Makima, I missed you a lot too, you still look very good as always." "Makima, don't change the subject Goku, you are being aimed directly in the head, and if you don't die from the shots my men will kill you." "Denji, but he didn't do anything." "Goku, Guys, go to your room, this is an adult matter. Aki, are you sure? Power, yes, we can against them. Denji, I won't abandon you. Goku, I know you can do it, and I trust you. But I don't want to lose you, not one more. Please go to your room. Denji, Power, and Aki, upon seeing him, would notice Goku's concern for them. So they obeyed, and the three of them went to Makima's side before entering their room. As for Makima, she just looked at Goku with coldness and calm. Goku stretched his arms, legs, and cracked his hands and neck to look at the agents. Makima, good luck. She would stand behind all her agents while they all went forward, and the second in command, General, get ready, guys. Goku, they don't want to do it. General, masks. Goku, okay, mask, demon weapon. Copy. Goku would transform into a demon with a weapon on his head. His body was very muscular, and he had heavy ammunition on his chest that ran to his back, and also some on his waist like a belt, in addition to having rifles on his arms. Goku, tell me who wants to know what a bullet in their face is. Devil Hunter, what the heck is that thing? General, shoot. Goku, well, they ignored me. Anyway, let's go hunting. While the agents shot at him with a large amount of ammunition, Goku, in his demon weapons form, would easily repel the bullets without any harm, to then calmly take the head of one of the agents and throw it at the others, knocking them out. Then, he would see the general take a grenade and throw it at him. Goku would quickly catch it with his hand and explode it in it, surprising everyone present with such a feat. At that moment, Denji and the others would come out after hearing so much noise. Denji, upon seeing the demon, quickly thought of nothing more than an enemy and transformed into Chainsaw Man to attack him. At the same time, Power and Aki would also come out upon seeing the demon. Denji would run towards Goku without knowing that he was attacking him, but the saws, upon hitting him, would not cut him and would break. Denji, what the hell? Goku, Denji, I'm Goku. Denji, you're a demon. Aki, of all the demons, you had to choose that one. Goku, it's just that I was just flying. At that moment, a rocket launcher hit Goku, creating a huge explosion. Fortunately, Goku was able to soften the explosion, but he still managed to injure Denji and launched Aki and Power into crashing against the walls. Meanwhile, the shooting continued, and as Goku stood up, he saw more rockets being launched at him. In a moment of desperation, Goku took Denji, Aki, and Power and threw them into his room, then quickly closed the door, and took the full impact of the 4 rockets. This created a huge explosion that broke the entrance to Denji and Ri's room, and a large part of the left side of the hotel. Riz, Beam, and Unhel came out looking at the disaster that had been formed in the place. Denji and Aki came out of the rubble, while Power was 1 floor below because of the explosion. Goku was on the ground covered in debris, and when he got up, he would see the agents pointing at him ready to launch more rockets. Goku, I don't want to kill, don't make me. At that moment Makima would say now, and everyone would shoot their ammunition at Goku, thus riddling the silent explosively, as 3 more rockets hit him, and caused more destruction in the place. Makima would watch seriously, eagerly expecting that Goku wouldn't move, but she was pleasantly surprised to see how her soldiers were completely knocked out in the blink of an eye. Seeing them, Makima was astonished and wanted to see where Goku was, but when she turned around, she would bump into some pectorals and a very toned body. Goku, now will you let me talk? Makima, how is it possible that you did that? Goku, magician's secrets, I can't reveal them. Makima, stop playing around, big guy, and tell me, why didn't you kill Denji? And why are you the weapon demon? Goku, first of all, hello, I'm glad to see you again, miss. Second, why would I kill him? And third, he was the first demon I encountered. Makima, don't lie, you stole the pieces to summon him. Why didn't you kill him? Goku, it's just that I liked him, he's not that bad. Makima, well, and what about Denji? Why don't you go for his heart? Goku, I wouldn't kill him even if my life were at risk. And besides, Why would I want his heart? Does it give something special? Makima. It's very important. He possesses the chainsaw demon. Goku. And that what? Makima. He is one of the strongest demons who control a bit of hell. Goku. I didn't understand. Makima. That they want to kill him so that he doesn't get in the way of other demons' plans. Goku. Then I will protect him. Makima. Even so, I should kill you for having resigned or abandoned DH Core, but since you helped at the time and now will protect Denji, I suppose I will forgive you. Goku. Someday we are going to fight for real. Makima. Keep dreaming. Goku. Well, and now what do we do with this? Almost half of the hotel was destroyed, and people had died from the debris. Makima. Pack your things. We're not going to Berlin. Goku. I'll pay. If the situation with Makima's special group left Venice the same day they arrived, the destruction they caused drew a lot of attention, and videos of a monster weapon on the internet did not take long to appear. Hunters now not only had Denji as a target, but also Goku. The entire DH Core company was against Goku and Denji. Almost hundreds of mercenaries, hunters, and demons were looking for Goku and Denji, just to kill them for mere riches. The rewards were rising, and the hunters were increasing more and more. These two boys will see what I am going to do to them. A woman in bed said to 3 other women with her, kissing her on almost her entire body. I am immortal and you 3 are unique. That brat will be a piece of cake, but the big guy, leave him to me, I will kill him. I would say a man in a suit with 3 boys. One was smoking, another was eating an ice cream, and another was chewing gum. While they were doing that, the man finished his cigarette to throw it on the ground, and then step on it. Kishibe. That Goku. I want to see what he is capable of. I will pay him a visit. Meanwhile, with the boys already on the plane, Denji. This is going to get good. Goku. Don't say nonsense, Denji. It's not right to kill. Denji. And what if they want to kill all of us? Aki. I agree with Goku, but we should also defend ourselves. Beam. I propose that the coups continue until they are hospitalized forever. Unhell. And how many hits do we need for that? Beam? Well, many? Goku. What a stupid idea. Let's better try to talk, and if that doesn't work, we knock them out and that's it. Power. That's boring. I prefer to kill. Goku. Power. Don't be sadistic. Aki. Well, it seems we only have one thing left to do. Goku. What? Aki. Handle it yourself, old man. Goku. Aki. Everyone. Goku. And why me? AKI. Aki. You are the strongest. You are capable of stopping them alone. Goku. That's no excuse, young man. Aki. But am I lying? Goku. Sighed heavily. Well, in that case, I'll have to set aside my moral code. These guys only kill for money. They don't have any code at all. Denji. Yeez Yuhu today genocide 1. Power. Yeez damn it, I don't want Tio wait anymore. Tio kill. Aki. This is going to be very exhausting. Reese. I wish him luck in it. Goku. Tomorrow the day is going to be very exhausting. Being in the middle of the plane, Goku would notice that the plane was having slight tremors that no one noticed. At that moment, he would feel as if some evil energies were beneath them in the sea. Goku, without rushing, would turn his hand into a gun, then create a small hole in the jet's window to stick his arm out, and aim down below them with great patience. While everyone watched him do this, Denji gradually smiled, and felt his heart beat faster, and his adrenaline rise to the maximum. Denji. This shit has started. Goku. Hold on. Before anyone could grab onto something, Goku would shoot his bullet, but in return, they would receive an explosion at the back of the jet, causing a great commotion, and making the jet begin to descend exponentially. Noticing this, Goku would go out the window to the outside, and while doing so, he would follow the jet that was gliding in order to get underneath it, and by using little force, and controlling the speed a bit, he would manage to stabilize the small plane, and also nearly reach the Berlin airport. The landing was very fast and sudden. The kids ran out of the jet, and the pilots barely made it. Goku would go along with the kids while looking back at some black boats with agents armed to the teeth pointing at them. At that moment Goku would shout, "Get down!" and the jet would explode into 1,000 pieces, while bullets rained down on them. Luckily Aki and Denji managed to run out with the others, who were already safe, but Goku took a couple of bullets in his body. Goku, damn, they tore my suit, while the 8 ran out of the place. Both Aki and Goku knew that running would not help. But as they ran they saw a crowd of people already writhing on the ground. Yet out of nowhere all the humans they thought were agonizing turned out to be dolls. Seeing them, Goku would realize that they were going to attack him. So with a concentrated blast of energy in front of him, he wiped out all the dolls in the blink of an eye. Aki, and then you said you couldn't do it alone. Goku, it was caution. Denji, yeah, whatever you say, cars are coming. Makima, our priority is Denji. Power, and what about me? Goku, don't be jealous and help Power. Power, TSK, scoundrel. Goku, I heard you. As black cars and military trucks appeared at the location, Beam, Riz, Unhel, and Denji went into a building to take refuge from the gunfire, while Aki, Makima, and Power were taking cover behind some walls in the place to avoid getting hit and severely injured. While they were taking cover, Goku, on his side, was taking cover from sniper and machine gun fire. At that moment, the soldiers and agents ran out of bullets and had to reload. But while they were doing so, Goku would shoot a key blast at a group of soldiers, completely disintegrating them. However, after doing so, another horde of dolls would attack him from behind. While he was focused on the dolls, Aki and Power would go after the agents. Aki with her new katana and Power with a massive scythe made of blood. Aki would go for 3 agents whose hand he would cut off, and then cut off the legs of another. But then the one who was left took out a gun, and before he could shoot his body would be cut in half with his forearm falling to the ground, and then his torso would fall sideways. Power would be behind that agent to which she would look at Aki with superiority. But in that Aki would push her so that he received a slash in her arm. But luckily it was not so deep. Power seeing Aki injured would form a huge hammer, with which he would crush the cause of the slash in Aki's arm. Aki, well done. Power, whatever you say, fool. Aki, okay, me the ones on the left, you the ones on the right. Power, whoever finishes first does the other's homework for a whole week. Aki, deal. When they finished speaking, Aki and Power would run towards the soldiers, cutting off their heads, arms, breaking their jaws by kicking, breaking the bones of their arms and legs by the force they exerted against them. Aki maneuvered his katana to cut with speed, passing its cold and hard edge through the soft flesh and the strong bones that ended up being butter before his quick cut. Blood splattered through the air, staining Aki's face while her gaze focused on human flesh and skin full of that crimson liquid that Power sucked from her lips for breaking another agent's arms. His lips licked them quickly while his blood was molded like a hammer collided with the skull of a human and made it crack and then explode from the pressure he made when crushing them, making them look like a rubber or slime. While they continued their massacre, Goku took the head of a woman without half of her face with brown hair, and around her the remains of several dolls, and a lot of blood also between her arms and torso. Goku, so Santa Claus, tell me you like giving me this gift. Breaks the woman's skull, and turns it into a shapeless piece of flesh. Right? In that, Goku would throw the piece of meat that was left to crush the woman who caused all the commotion. But while he watched Aki and Power fight together against the soldiers and agents, he would feel 4 presences inside the place where Denji and the others were. So, with nothing else to do, he entered the building where Denji, Beam, Riz, and Angel were. As Goku went up each floor, he felt something strange on the floor where everyone was. At that moment, when he took a step, the cursed demon would make them fly out of the building into the air while it grabbed him to smash him. But before it could, Goku looked at the place where Denji was, seeing Beam flying out of a window and crashing into another building. Seeing that, Goku gradually gained more strength, carefully getting the demon off of him. At that moment Denji would see the large hole in the ceiling and floor looking up at the sky, noticing Goku being taken by the cursed demon. But before he could do anything, Chuanchi would slash at him, piercing his left lung and almost going all the way through to touch the heart. Seeing this, Goku would exert a lot of strength, breaking free from the demon's grip, and then, while falling, look back and notice a fox about to eat him, an act by another agent, who was on the terrace aiming at him. In the air, Goku would also notice Denji and Rize in her bomb demon form fighting against a man who was overpowering her, and at one point, he ended up stabbing her in the neck to, after a kick, make her crash into a wall, and then, by pure coincidence, Goku would barely manage to escape the fox demon's bite, only to then, upon falling onto the building, destroy the roof, and thus quickly save Rize from Kishibe killing her. At that moment, when falling onto the one on the roof and breaking it, Kishibe rushed from the middle, and Rize barely managed to get out before ending up crushed, while Chuanchi continued stabbing Denji. In a fit of rage, he would transform into a chainsaw to try to hurt her, but she easily dodged it, and then delivered a strong blow to Denji's face, not only disconcerting him but also, after hitting him in the face with a knife she had, stabbing him 3 times in the chest as Kishibe had done, and then she would pierce Denji's leg to push him. Just as she was about to continue, Goku stopped her and threw her against a wall. Goku, Denji, you have to leave, I will distract them. Denji, big question, how am I going to move? Goku, calm down kid, I have everything under control. Denji, I hope so. By saying that, Denji would fall unconscious from the loss of blood. Goku would be worried, and would try to lift him to give him energy. But then Kishibe would arrive, and grab Goku by the shoulder. Kishibe, I have been waiting a long time for this moment. Son Goku, Goku, the most powerful hunter of all. Kishibe, the strongest mystery of all time. Goku, Goku, Kishibe. At that, Goku let go of Denji and tried to kick Kishibe, which the old man blocked. Before Goku could regain his balance, Kishibe landed a strong punch on his face, sending him to the ground. Then, before Goku could recover, he got another punch in the stomach, followed by a kick, and then another punch to the face. Goku still managed to get Kishibe off him, and as they both stood up, Goku spat out blood and wiped his nose. Goku, hee hee, you're strong, very strong. This is going to be good. Kishibe, don't disappoint me. At that, Goku launched a frontal punch that he stopped just before reaching the face of the most powerful hunter. Then with his other fist, he gave a left hook that Kishibe almost managed to dodge. However, the old man couldn't dodge Goku's kick to his chest, and then the knee strike to his face. Kishibe would fall to the ground, bleeding heavily. Kishibe, those hits are very painful, young man. Goku, am I not supposed to feel pain? Kishibe, it's a compliment, don't be prudent. Goku, well, you have an incredible reaction. You managed to dodge me even without me using low speed. My fists are almost moving at the speed of a pistol bullet. That's amazing on your part. Kishibe, even so, what impresses me the most are your well-delivered blows. Your strength is superhuman, and your speed seems like you're limiting it. You are very interesting, son Goku. Goku, I'm a box full of surprises. The fight would continue with Goku delivering a high kick, which Kishibe redirected to the ground before kicking Goku in the face. But even so, Goku got up and continued the fight. Goku threw rapid punches that Kishibe barely managed to block. At that moment, Goku increased his strength, and with a blow to the old hunter's chest sent him flying. Before Goku could say anything, a fireball was sent toward him intended to explode. And well, it exploded. The place where Goku was exploded. Kishibe would emerge from the rubble to see what had happened. But upon seeing, he noticed that Goku was still standing. But this time looking at Chuanchi and her girlfriends, Goku would start walking toward them with not very good intentions. Goku, you stabbed Denji and attacked for no reason. Chuanchi, my girls come first. Boy, your little one is nothing more than a brat who doesn't deserve that power and that life. Goku, you are not the one to say that. I will make you pay for everything you did. Chuanchi, and how do you plan to do it? You were barely able to count. Old man, What makes you believe that you would beat me? Pinksy, you possess the gun demon. Do you think you will use it at some point? Goku, that guy, honestly I prefer that he rests. I will take care of this matter by myself. Chuanchi, what an idiot and naive you are, boy. Goku, believe me, I'm an idiot for sport, and I already won. Goku would then make a quick move, removing Chuanchi's girlfriends from the way, to give her an elbow to the neck, and then with a kick to the stomach send her flying several meters away. Goku would see Cosmo, and tell him Halloween with a big smile. Chuanchi, hee, looks like he fell for the spell. Goku, what did you say? Cosmo, Halloween. Goku, Halloween? Cosmo, Halloween. Goku, Are you okay in the head, girl? Cosmo would make a surprised face upon noticing that Goku was not falling under his power of universal comprehension, so he would try to distract him by repeating Halloween several times, so that Long could deliver another explosive fire surprise attack. But by saying Halloween so many times, Goku started to doubt, and turned his body to see how Lonko opened his mouth, and a big fireball came out, which exploded upon reaching Goku. Cosmo and Longo would run toward Chuanchi, hoping that the attack would keep him distracted for a moment, so they could escape, but when they turned, they would see Goku without his upper clothing, and brushing the dust off his chest. Goku, that was very rude of you girls. You should have more respect for your elders. While Goku was brushing himself off, the girls were impressed by the endurance he had, and also the clear advantage of being able to take all kinds of attacks. At that moment Kishai from behind him would take a little distance, and then start counting from 10 to 0. While he did that, Aki and Power would arrive at the place to take Denji away, at which point Angel would also appear, but very injured, with one eye bleeding and his wings completely cut off. Goku would see that and, worried, would go to help his companions, but then an immense explosion would erupt from the ground, and a barrage of arrows would come toward him. Chuanchi would laugh, noticing that he had fallen into her trap, but she would be very surprised to see that he didn't even cover himself, and that her arrows were just like simple rubber sticks that hit a mountain. After that attack, Goku would then tell Aki to leave the place with Denji, and to have Power help Angel, so that they could leave the place as safely as possible. But Bean would also appear very injured, and Ares going up the stairs also hurt. Goku was stunned. He didn't understand what was happening, why they were injured, and why he hadn't felt any power. At that moment, he would notice that Chuanchi was also somewhat excited. Chuanchi, he is an unknown demon, but also someone else. Goku, that woman, she was nothing more than a puppet. Goku would realize that Santa Claus was nothing more than a puppet, and that the real one was out there still causing havoc. Goku would finally understand the reason why they were injured, and it was the hordes that were outside the place. At that moment, Aki would come back up with Denji on his back, and Kobini with the demon violence helping her up, because they had broken Kobini's arm. Goku was now under pressure, and was beginning to feel again that thing he felt the first time he arrived in the world. People were screaming, their breathing quickened and grew louder. The darkness gnawed at Goku's thoughts. The injuries of his companions were very serious and his group was falling little by little. Their agents were dying, and the people near the place were being infected by the dolls. Goku felt an annoyance in his right eye, which made it half close and open like a tick. His fists clenched tighter, and his teeth clashed abruptly. At that moment Goku lifted his gaze, and released a lot of energy, completely breaking through the roof. Everyone present would watch that amazed by the immense power that Goku was demonstrating. After that small demonstration, Goku would see the full moon and release his tail from his waist. Goku would look at the moon angrily, but something inside him reminded him of an old memory from the time when he was turned into a child, and had an incredible adventure with his granddaughter Pan and his best friend Trunks. However, while he remembered those memories, his size began to increase to a great magnitude. Everyone present, seeing this, left the building as quickly as possible. As they were leaving, they saw how Goku was now a golden ape growling in anger, but without making abrupt movements. At that, Goku lowered his gaze to calmly look at his friends. Aki would watch Goku in astonishment. Power had tears coming out for seeing him in such a unique way. Denji gradually managed to wake up, but still, due to the blood lost, he was extremely exhausted. So he could only lift his gaze a little. And when he looked, he saw a giant golden monkey looking at him calmly. Denji. Heh, now it turns out that losing blood makes you hallucinate. Aki. It's real. Denji. Huh? While they kept watching, the great golden monkey began to roar loudly, starting to shine and also to shrink. Its muscles now began to define more and more. Its fur changed from gold to orange to red. Its face flattened, giving it a more human shape. And of course, its own energy created an immense curtain of dust. Everyone looked where that figure was, which was now smaller with black hair and red fur all over its body. Its immense muscles, and its gaze as intimidating as it was unique at the same time. Aki, is that Goku? Power, he is beautiful. Denji, is his presence healing me, or is it me? Reese, he is unique. Beam, damn, I dropped something very important in me. Angel, he is wonderful. Chuanchi, that is a man. Kishibe, so you're a demon, huh? Goku would descend from above the rubble, levitating to see his friends and companions. He would walk toward them calmly, and with much peace in his being, but with immeasurable power. Aki, and this form, so to speak, what does it do? Denji, if it's true, what does it do? Goku, I haven't used it in a long time. Its power is immense. I would even say that if I hit without holding back, the earth would be in danger. This power must be used with caution and only in emergencies. Power. Hey rascal, and tell me, what is the difference when you have yellow hair? Goku. It's simple. This transformation is surely 10k times stronger than my base state. Therefore, this transformation is not just power. It has unique abilities in itself. And Denji just discovered one. Angel. And us too. Goku. Hey, it's true. Kishibe. Are you going to stop him? Or do you want me to come with you? Goku. That's not necessary. I just need to do this. Goku would put 2 fingers on his forehead, and in the blink of an eye disappeared from the place. Everyone was impressed, but even more so when they saw the sky that had previously been almost filled with doors, because of the 2 demons, the doll demon, Santa Claus, and the darkness demon. Still, they were even more surprised when they saw Goku in front of them again. Denji, you finished them so fast? Aki, it's true. How did you do it? Power. You're amazing, rascal. Goku. It's nothing, transforming Pif a little more and my body would be very tired from using so much power without having trained enough. Beam. Is that why you managed to defeat everyone quickly? Do you train your body to withstand more of the demon's power with whom you made a contract? Denji. Is it true? Did you perhaps make a contract with another demon? Kishibe. Another demon? Aki. Goku has a contract with the gun demon and probably also with another demon. Goku. Hey guys. Everyone. What? Goku. How do I tell you this? Hee. Denji. With your mouth. Aki. Speaking. Power. Words. Kishibe. Get to the point. Beam. Telling us. Reese. Opening the mouth and modulating. Unhell. Making sounds that form words that in our language we understand. Chuanchi. Just tell us, period. Cosmo. Halloween. At that, Goku would sit on some rubble which formed a chair. Goku. Boys. Guys. Ladies and gentlemen. I am Son Goku. I am not a human. Kishibe. I knew he was a demon. Chuanchi. I assumed it. Denji. What? Aki. It might make some sense. Goku. I see you didn't understand. Well guys, I am a scion.